advanced manufacturing and enterprise engineering. And it's really great to see so many parents, families and friends here to join in with these celebrations. And I'm sure you all feel just as proud and excited as I do. And I hope very much that we can make this a really fantastic day for you, and one that you will remember for a long, long time to come, even if we can't make the sun come out. But I gather it is forecast to come out later this afternoon, so we can but hope. As I'm sure you know, as well as celebrating the success of our students at graduation, we also take the opportunity to recognise a smaller number of people who've made exceptional contributions to the university and to the broader community. And we do this through the award of honorary fellowships, honorary degrees and special prizes. And you'll be able to see the details of everyone we're honouring in this series of ceremonies in your programmes. This morning, it's my particular pleasure to welcome John Hensley to receive an honorary fellowship from the university. John has had a very, very successful career in the engineering industry. He's also been a good friend and supporter of the university for almost 40 years in a number of different guises, including part-time teacher, postgraduate research student, and much valued member of the Industrial Advisory Group to the Department of Mechanical, Aviation and Civil Engineering. So John, I'm delighted to welcome you, your wife and your family here today. Now to you, our graduates, I'm sure you all know that obtaining a degree from Brunel is not easy. But I'd like to pause for a moment and think about what a Brunel degree says about you. Now, I know, and I'm sure you know, you're all inherently very smart because you wouldn't be here otherwise. I also think that every one of you who walks across the stage today has worked very hard to obtain your degree. You might pretend you haven't done, but I'm sure there have been long hours in the library, long hours in your room, completing assignations, and long hours in the lab, etc. And of course, I'm sure, like the rest of us, you've had to cope with all sorts of ups and downs as you've gone along, so well done. You will, of course, have learnt a lot about your subject, theoretical, practical, and its relevance to industry. And it's that mix of theory, practice, and industrial relevance which is really the hallmark of a Brunel degree. And I've had several opportunities this year to witness this approach firsthand, partly through visiting your departments and seeing what's going on, but also at events such as Brunel Engineers and the Brunel Digital Degree Show, where I've been fantastically impressed with the projects that I've seen and the conversations I've had with some of you. And I've always wondered how on earth those judges managed to pick out the winners, because all those projects are really so very, very great. And there have been a quite eclectic mix, from sending a balloon to the edge of space, to adapting a rowing machine to charge your mobile phone, to devising a device that ensures the engines cuts out in a motorboat when it overturns, and of course many, many more. And without exception, these projects have combined not just excellence in theoretical and practical engineering, but also creativity and a whole range of other skills, such as problem solving, data analysis, critical thinking, project management, teamwork, communication, and resilience, to name but just a few. Now, these are very important skills because they're skills that give you the mindset in your career to be forward-thinking and innovative, to embrace the opportunities that will come to you in the very rapidly changing world in which we live, and to succeed in whatever path you choose to follow. And of course that path will evolve in ways that none of us know as your career progresses, and I'm pretty sure that in 20 years' time, many of you will be doing jobs that none of us have even dreamt of yet. And I'm also pretty sure that some of you will be the entrepreneurs and innovators who create those new jobs. So I'm very, very proud of all of you, and I know all my colleagues here today and those who couldn't join us feel exactly the same. But of course, at least I hope, university is not solely about work and academic achievement, important though those things are. I hope very much that while you've been at Brunel, you've had lots of fun, you've really enjoyed yourselves, and you've made many friends. And I hope also that you'll keep those friends for a long time to come. And certainly when I look back at my time at university a long time ago, I made loads of friends, and I'm still in contact with many of them, and in fact many of them are still my closest friends today. And what's really nice about those friends is that they never change. They're exactly the same people that I studied with years and years ago. We can talk about the same things in exactly the same way, and I think that's fantastic. Our university, of course, is also a time to take part in a whole range of extracurricular activities. And I'm sure some of you have done fantastic things in sports and the arts to take your talents further, and I'm sure some of you also have tried something new. Our student union, as you will know, is quite fantastic. It has over 150 clubs and societies, so you would think that most of the time there's something for everybody. But if there's not, entrepreneurial spirit is certainly not lacking amongst you, our graduates. And every single year, new clubs and societies spring up. So it's not perhaps surprising that our student union is ranked #1 in London, and I'm very, very proud of it. But it's not all about having fun in the union either. You, our students, do a vast amount to support the local community. Last year, our students raised almost £80,000 for charity. In the autumn, they collected well over 300 shoe boxes filled with presents for children who otherwise wouldn't have received a Christmas present. And between them, they've given over 17,000 hours of their time to volunteering in the local community, helping disadvantaged people, particularly the elderly, assisting in schools and hospitals, hosting the many children who come onto the campus for the B. Brunel programme, which is all about learning and development. And of course, we hope that at least some of those children that come on campus in a few years' time will be sitting where you are today. And I know in that voluntary work you all do a wonderful job, because I get lots of letters from members of the community expressing their thanks and their admiration for what you do.
Price, Peter Henderson. Dermot Liston. James Richard Ian McNabb. Lewis Bradley Davy Rose. For the award of Diploma of Higher Education, Daryl von Hernandez Nepotuno. For the degree of Master of Engineering, Susan Gurung. Bilal Ali Sheikh. Syed Mohammed Arif bin Syed Zin. Mohammed Syafi bin Abd Aziz. And Shu Shrestha. Zayar Zhang. Jamin Varsani. Kyrillos Wasali. Luke Stephen Watton. Jahed Ahmed. Alkan Barman. Benjamin John Duffin. Zigimantas Kazoulis. Michael Kryjak. Adam Meadows. Dhiran Patel. Richard Charles Varney. Paresh Bakaria. Alexandra Bow Woodcock. Ramin Fakir Yassiri. Recipient of the Crown, Cork and Seal Prize, Gabrielle Morakuti. Recipient of the Crown, Cork and Seal Prize, Craig Elliott. Simon Gillett.